Hello and welcome to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator, and in today's video we are going to talk about Star Citizen Alpha 3.6. Finally, it has been released to the Evocati, and I'm quite excited because this is really a patch that includes a lot of new gameplay features. This is really going to change the way we play the game, and I'm really glad that finally it is in the hands of the Evocati. Is it a bit late? Yeah, of course at my taste it's a bit late, but that's okay. Let's go check it out now. Spoilers alert, guys, it is not including all the features intended for 3.6, but that's okay. The Evocatis are still testing some key features that are going to change the game overall, so let's go check it out. I'll read the patch notes for you and I'll comment them at the same time. So, as always, there are recommended players to delete their user folders. That's a given. I know some of you never do that, but personally I tend to do it because I see that it is removing a couple of, especially graphical bugs from my clients. So, something that I definitely recommend for people to do. But anyway, let's check out the first note here. This is very interesting. Let's read. So, this patch does not contain all the intended features, which will be added iteratively to the nodes as they become available. Additionally, some features may be implemented in a partial state, such and as such are not ready for testing. When those features reach a playable state, they will be detailed on note and added to the testing focus. In addition, not all ships are currently available and pledge copy is disabled. We will provide a small selection of ships for usage for now. All right, good. They also did say that the current build is unstable. That is also something that needs to be noted. Anyway, testing focus, ship combat balance, ship shields, missile damage, missile countermeasuring, flight, hover mode, yes, acceleration control, head tracking, component degradation and misfire, ship purchasing. So these are the different testing focus. Ship purchasing, good. I will be able to buy some extra ships from the kiosks. Awesome. Pretty excited about the hover mode too. This is part of an effort to make landings smoother. You might have seen in many of my videos that landings are not very smooth. It's extremely difficult to do any satisfying landings, and I'm glad that this is something that they're working on. So awesome here at CIG. Let's hope that the Evocati test flight is doing a good job. Anyway, we expect this build will have some instability. Well, that's PTU, right? So these are the known issues. Not all of the rest stops have been replaced with the updated ones and will be missing from the persistent universe. The updated criminality and law system is only partially implemented, with some missing behavior and needed elements. We will not be describing or taking feedback on this topic just yet. Oh, okay, so I guess we'll have to wait. Is it going to come with PTU or is it going to stick to Evocati? We'll see. Maybe this is going to be a reason why Evocati test flight is going to take a long time, unfortunately. I wish they had said how many laws are right now in the in Evocati, but I guess we'll have to wait for more leaks to have more information on that. What else do we have here? Textures will display across the visor on some helmets. Oh, okay, that's really weird. The star map has non-functional buttons. That means that there will be more functions on the star map, but they're not just implemented yet. That's interesting to know. There is an interaction prompt for debugging, which will be removed later. Well, that's normal. These PTU patches always have stuff that are dedicated to the devs. I'm thinking, for example, of the QR codes, which of course we don't have in the live version. So that's probably one of these things that is useful for devs to track down issues. Chat is missing from the visor. Well, that is indeed a problem. It's quite annoying to check the chat, to always have to check the Bobby glass for the chat. But all right, new features. Let's check out the new features right here. This is always something excited here, so let's check it out. New features. General added a hold to activate options for head tracking available in the comms menu. Okay. So you can actually press that button and it's going to track the head. I see, instead of doing it all the time, which is great, by the way, because when you have head tracking on, the slightest variation that you do, the slightest movement that you do is going to make your head shaking, and I find that head tracking makes me a little bit dizzy. It makes me feel very uncomfortable when it's on in the game. So I'm glad that they're adding this activate option to make it work only when we want and not all the time, which is really going to get rid of that whole jittery feeling when it's on. I think more players are going to use that functionality thanks to that. Alright, next they added an option to select head tracking source and camera selection. I'm not sure about what this is. Probably this is going to need some testing, and that's fine, you know, because that's what it is, and I'm sure I'm gonna check it out when we get into the PTU. Let's check out what has been done to the universe here. Added automatic turrets to GrimX. Now it's very interesting because of course before GrimX was a very lawless place where basically anything went. There was of course that not no fly zone, but that armistice zone, and that was basically the only rule that was there on GrimX. The armistice zone was disabling guns, but now that there's going to be the law system, they are going to get rid of the armistice zone. I think there has been no mention of that in the patch note, but I believe that that's what they should do. And the reason why they are automated turrets now is probably if you commit a crime there at GrimX, these turrets are going to shoot you down, which is the way it should be, you know. So I cannot wait to fly around GrimX and see, you know, if people commit crimes, people are shooting each other, and then GrimX is going to fire back. This is going to be quite fun, especially it's located around asteroids. This is going to bring some very interesting emergent gameplay here, or maybe the automatic turrets are going to shoot at lawful players or players who may be wanted by GrimX because we shot down some criminals. I don't know. We're gonna check it out, but this is a little bit mysterious to me and intriguing at the same time. Let's check out some of these missions here. Lots of meat and potatoes here as well. They added illegal style delivery missions for prohibited and stolen goods. I cannot wait to try that too. Does it mean that, for example, we're gonna go to Jump pick up some bucks there, maybe some widow, and deliver that to some other place on the other side of the star system? I don't know. Maybe are we going to deliver that to some interesting hidden kiosk? Is Clovis Darnley going to accept new packages now? We'll see. But this sounds very intriguing as well. Ships and vehicles. They added the overmode. The overmode will automatically engage near planetary surface at a low enough speed. Now this is a very good point here. So you will not need to actually activate it on yourself. It is going to be done automatically. You know, that is going definitely to be a feature that's going to make our life a little bit easier, and hopefully is going to make the way ship looks and fly a bit more realistic. When engaged, ships will flap to VTOL, I don't know what it is, thruster modes, which will include alternate thruster configuration when applicable. When in over mode, the ship will over level until the player gives an input. Oh, I see. So it is going, if we do nothing, it will just over like that. All right. Pitch forward backward will result in moving forward backward, and roll will result in lateral movement. Oh, so we are in hover mode. There is no roll. Ah, very nice. Yeah, it's true that it's a bit stupid when ships are very low to the ground and you can see them doing some rolls, and of course it crashes. It doesn't make any sense. So yes, I like that very much. If the ship attains enough forward velocity, it will automatically switch to rear thrust driven forward flight. So if you go fast enough, then the flight mode will become the same. But if you get very slow, then it gets into hover mode. Wow. Okay. Cool. Added ship purchasing kiosks to ship shops around the verse. Alright, that is not a surprise, we knew that already. Added visual wear to ship components and tweaked to parameter of wear. Okay. Ship weapons now have visual degradation, and the rate of normal degradation for all ship components have been increased. Oh, so that means that these components now age and become damage quickly. All right. Degradation can accumulate through time and through specific behaviors. Frequent overheating damage. Oh no, we're gonna have watch out for overheating now. All right. Added misfire events to ship components. Yeah, we knew that. Ship components now have a chance to misfire. The base chance for a component in perfect condition is extremely low. Misfire chances increase with increases degradation, damage, and heat. Misfires can be minor, visual blimps, major with periods of reduced functionality, or critical temporary shutdowns. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess that the workaround is going to have to be claiming the ships, right? Right now, that's the exploit. If you want to have a brand new ship with brand new components, or refurbish all the missiles instead of buying them back, just claim your ship, right? They added nozzle flaps to the F7C and F7CM, group thrusters into a power group which can be throttled to control thruster acceleration. Okay, all right, so they're really focusing on improving the flight model, it seems. Thruster power throttle is default bound to our right alt mouse wheel and is available in the key binding menu. Okay, so what is the right alt plus mouse wheel? Thruster power throttle. I'm gonna have to check it out. Seems like a new thing here. To allow players to track current power throttle to thrusters, a meter of person power has replaced what was the hydrogen fuel meter, and hydrogen fuel has been moved to a static percent readout on the bottom of the HUD. Okay, we're gonna have to check it out too. Added a cargo grid to the Valkyrie. This is something that we knew. FPS added the ability to free look and activate head tracking while holding a weapons. This is also something that we knew. That did talk about it in Inside Star Citizen. Free look in first person now operates as a hold rather than a smart toggle. All right, so we still need to press that hold button to have the free look. Feature update. So general, transitional and roll motion for head tracking has been temporarily removed. Still that head tracking, they're really working on that a lot. Unified track aura and faceover IP for head tracking buttons. Universe, complete update of rest stop exteriors and shapes, including thematic variation. Yeah, we knew that. We've also seen that that on Inside Star Citizen. Go check out the last episode of Inside Star Citizen. You're going to see how these stations look. It is going to be pretty amazing. I have no doubt that there's going to be plenty of leaks about that, and you guys will be the first one to know in this channel. Moved Delamar further away from Crusader and into its own object container. That's interesting. Right now, Delamar is about 2 million kilometers away from Crusader. So if it is in its own object container, is it going to improve the frames? That's going to be interesting to see. Updated commodity pricing to reflect the addition of black markets and stolen goods. So what does it mean here? Are prices of regular objects going to be more expensive? Is it going to be more profitable to do regular trade? We'll see. I can't wait to try that either. There's definitely going to be some feedback out there with the Evocati, so we'll get to know that pretty soon. They also updated several locations to now use decoupled lighting for improved visual looks. I have no idea what that means, guys. If you know, please tell me in the comments down below. This seems like a pretty technical term, but okay, I guess lightning is going to look a bit better now. They reduced the volume of the combat music and added an option to mute this music event. This is something that they did talk about in Spectrums. I did report that on my channel. Some of the lead sound engineers were not happy with the current music, especially if it was too loud. People were complaining about that, so it's good that they work on it. Added oxygen and Medipen to Lorville, Tammany and Sun shops. Yes, the Tammany and Sun shops is lacking some serious items, including oxygen and Medipen. I wish we could buy guns there too, but at least oxygen and Medipen is definitely something that we could use, especially if, you know, we are breaking our legs or the metro is killing us. This could basically save our life, so good idea here. They updated transit system to streamline flow and usage. Now check out the next one here. Trains are now on loops with multiple trains on each line, which should reduce waiting times across the board. Elevators can now move to any pad hangar and are no longer specific to one hangar/pad. Ah, okay, well, that's going to be interesting. A selection of available destinations will be available via interaction at the interior elevator button panel. Oh, so we'll be able to to select which hangar we want to go to. Okay, nice. Now, but the one before, this is very interesting. Trains are now on loop. So before, what happened is that each track had only one train, and that train was going back and forth. So probably what I think is that they added multiple trains, and as soon as a train gets to a terminus, it's going to go to the track that goes towards the other side. It goes to the terminus, then changes track to go to the other side. That's what it's going to be, just like a regular transit system. So it's great that they've done that, and definitely it's going to reduce the amount of waiting time. Sometimes you have to wait for 3 minutes for a train, sometimes even more, 4 minutes, I think. Yeah, hopefully maybe they are going to reduce that to, I guess 30 seconds will be acceptable in my opinion, but we'll see what they decided to come out for. They added average skill level for AI pilot to increase variation. So what's the default skill? Is it noob? I don't know. We'll see. They updated and expanded player carryable items, so I guess we'll have more items we'll be able to carry. Added clustering for mineable entities. So yes, look at that, guys. If you guys are miners, if you guys have a prospector, you're gonna like this. Mineable rocks now appear in medium to large clusters rather than single rocks, and their location have been updated to reflect this. So probably it's going to be a little bit easier and more convenient to do mining. So maybe mining is going to be more time efficient. If you're a miner and you want to try this out, please tell me in the comments down below. I would love to hear how excited you are about this new feature right here. Lightning pass on exterior and underground facilities, so they are going to update that a little bit. Good. Various visual tricks around Lawville. I don't know how many times they are going to update Lawville, but Lawville is certainly very different than what it was in 3.3.5. Sorry. Missions. Look at that. They re-enable ECN missions. Yes, this was actually maybe one of the only missions that was actually properly working in 3.4 and 3.5. So I'm glad that they are back. Actually, they were not in 3.5, but in 3.4. That's one of the only missions that was working properly. So awesome. They also improved various FPS based mission. Okay, so we're going to see what these improvements are. The UI here, video and lighting improvements to all comm calls. Yes, we know that they really want people to use that functionality, especially with voice over IP, so we'll see how it changes here. FPS, improve the look and feel of character jump mechanic. We knew that already. They updated ragdoll properties to improve look and feel in all situations. Polish to smooth out first-person turns and crouch turns. Oh, okay. Ships and vehicles, they revised the P-52 Merlin. Oh, the new P-52 Merlin is there. I thought that it was not complete. I guess it is. Now we'll see the roadmap update next week. Updated HUD for the Gladius, decreased the hull strength for the Arrow, increased the hull strength of the Reliant, significantly increased the hull strength of the Kratu-Al, which nobody is using in the verse, but that's cool. Updated industrial quantum drive for increased durability and more distinction from other classes. Further updates to ship weapon audio and rework shield values and functionality. Now, I've put the next one here on a separate page because I know that some of you are very excited about shields. I've read that in the comments. I was actually surprised. I didn't imagine that so many people would actually be looking forward to that shield rework. So here it is, one separate page, a big paragraph there. Shields have been reworked to add major differences between manufacturers and classifications with the goal of providing a difference in feel and value. Size 1 shields have their health pool readjusted and regen reworked. For size 1, shields now stop regenerating on hit, and once a set period of time passes without further strike, shields will begin to regen again. The functional goal of this is to limit shield generation during a fight and have the shields work more to stop the enemy doing significant damage right at the fight's outset. There is one exception. ASAS, it's a manufacturer shield, constantly regenerate but have a reduced health pool. Size 2 shields work similar to therefore, but now with more difference between manufacturers. At size 2, there is no damage delay, low generation, and a large health pool. Size 3 shields have a very large health pool and regeneration rates, with the goal of requiring multiple ships working together to overcome their regen. Ah, I see. So yeah, if you have a big ship, let's say you have an Arrow, you want to fight a Caterpillar, maybe that's not gonna work. That's what they're talking about here. So you're probably going to have a little fleet with you, a couple of ships together to take down a bigger ship, which is quite realistic. Of course, I don't think that a nimble small fighter should take down a bigger ship on its own. It's just not realistic. All right, we're gonna finish with this page here. So they reworked ship shields. So power setting only impacts regeneration. Yeah, that is part of the shields rework tech that is in the roadmap. They toned down the shield shader VFX, so that's probably less visible. It's going to be a bit more subtle, and yeah, it was actually very resource consuming too. I think the shield effects were reducing the FPS, and also I think that they were a bit too bright, and I would probably focus on that instead of the fight when I would see the shields. So I'm glad that they do that. They changed the shield regen delay to be per generator rather than per phase. Overclocking no longer affects shield allocation rate and hardening. They updated the Prospector main engine with VFX. Okay, so the Prospector is going to have a better looking engine. They updated AI hammerheads to gunship flight type behavior. Ah, yes, okay. So it's true that hammerheads should not act like like starfighters, but more like gunship, more like capital ships actually. But they don't have capital ship flight behavior right now, so gunship should be fine. They updated ship audio weapon. Ah, this is going to be cool. I love audio the audio in Star Citizen, and every time there's an update, it's always better and better. So I'm glad that they did that. They increased the damage output of missiles and updated the cooling for Dragonfly and Nox thrusters to make them more usable. We'll see about that, because they were not very usable in 3.5, if you remember my video about that. Anyway, they also fixed a couple of bugs. These are the major ones. It does not include the minor ones, but let's check them out anyway. Missiles should now be able to be countermeasured appropriately. Oh, really? It's about time, because they have never been they have never been countermeasured appropriately. They have never been that for a very long time. Fixed missing thrusters damage VFX for the 300 series. Ship controls for the Nox should now animate when strafing. IFCS sounds for coupled crews should now work for all ships. Very good. Strafing should now animate on the Cutlass HOTAS. Oh, yeah, it didn't. That's right. The HUD should now properly update when changing fire mode to the KSAR scalpel. No idea what about, but maybe it's a gun, maybe, I don't know what it is. Players should no longer get stuck inside of ArcCorp rooftops when they go prone. Oh, yeah, that definitely was indeed quite an issue here. Players should now be able to vault or mental from a crouch. Players should no longer be able to force pass out by jumping. Was it really a thing? I guess I didn't play enough. Loading into Arena Commander as a spectator should no longer cause an infinite load screen. Good, we still have a couple of infinite load screen, but at least if they get rid of some of these, I mean, that is already, you know, some progress. Comms MFD should now update properly. Very good. They added an interaction to the interior of the cargo bay of the 300 series to avoid players getting stuck. Was it really a thing? I haven't tried that because I didn't play 3.5 much, because it just didn't work so much. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how the cargo bay of the 300 series works in the tech further down the line. The Eclipse radar should no longer be reversed. Fixed a head flip and smooth tracking issues when doing fast runs on foot. They fixed for visual blurring and rotating asteroids. The Attitude Flight HUD should now properly appear when flying at Delamar. Oh yeah, that's true. It didn't. Industrial class quantum drives should now have a distinct feel from other types. The Reliant series should now be able to store handheld cargo. Oh, really? I didn't try that, but I thought it would be possible to just put boxes inside. Apparently, it was not, eh? And the combat music should no longer seem louder than others, something that they've already talked about it before. So that's it for the patch notes of the 3.6 PTU. I will definitely make sure to give you any updates that I have regarding Evocati. If there are any leaks, any pictures, any videos, you guys will be the first ones to know right here on this channel. But now it's time to talk about the giveaway. This one I gotta give away. I am giving away a Tomb Ranger CV with lifetime insurance. This is the perfect space motorcycle for those of you who want to do planetary side missions, especially delivery mission. Deliver a box from point A to point B with a line vehicle. This is gonna be awesome. It's gonna feel like Easy Rider in Star Citizen. All you need to do to get a chance of winning is to subscribe to this channel and to comment to any videos posted this month. The winner will be announced in a live stream giveaway that will take place early July. So good luck to everybody. Once again, guys, this is the Eradicator. I'm signing out.